This episode is brought to you by Harry's. Claim your trial offer at harrys.com/CAG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 592. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. As always, we're joined by a man who's also going to sue CaG Clan, Wombat.
I'm suing them all the clans.
Sue everyone.
CaG Clan, Bear Clan, Clue Clan, you name it, I'm suing them.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Mm-hmm.
When in doubt, sue everyone.
Clan of the Cave Bear, I'm gonna sue.
Sure. Sue Shipwreck.
Yeah.
Punitive damages.
Mm-hmm. I think Shipwreck Clan.
There was
Clan.
Wasn't there a Hanna-Barbera cartoon that had clan in the name?
Yes.
Yeah. The
Clue Clan.
Yeah.
Was that
Wasn't
Clue
it
Clan?
Clue Clan? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, it was Clue
Right
Club. Clue Club.
Then what was the clan?
There was Charlie Chan.
There was
Clan.
Charlie Chan Clan.
Chan
That's
Clan.
what it was.
That's
what
what
I
I
was
just
thinking
said.
of. I know. You were saying it at the same time I was thinking it.
Yeah. That
That might have been a little bit racist.
A little trivia, actually, about the Charlie Chan Clan cartoon.
Uh-huh.
That was the first time in American culture that Charlie Chan was played by an actual Asian.
But do you know what the name of the show was?
I assume so.
What?
The Charlie Chan Clan.
No. It's The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that sounds
Yeah.
more correct.
Right.
Yeah.
1972.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few
first
episodes
time.
of that.
That does not surprise me.
You have them where?
I have a DVD with them on. They're also on my Plex server.
I don't have access to that.
Do you need access to my Plex server?
No.
I
think
set up a new server here.
I think we all do.
Last 2 weeks.
To be perfectly honest, I think that is something that we need access to. Because I do
sounds-
want to be able to watch The Amazing Chan Clan.
Sounds of questionable legality, so I'm going to just pass.
Oh, I didn't know that was an issue. Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
You know,
good.
I don't want the amazing Chan looking into your illegal activities.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of making digital copies of stuff I own.
Yes.
How dare you?
I
And
know.
selling them.
And selling them. Yeah, exactly. Like I was.
I can't believe you're selling them.
I was.
That's so
I was going to make
wrong.
you guys subscribe to my Plex server. Is what I was.
Oh,
gonna
how
do.
much a month? $5?
What's Netflix charging?
$15 or something.
That sounds reasonable.
Stupid?
15.
Mhm.
You should. No, but I want to hear about your adventures. You've been on a lot of adventures.
I've gone on a lot of conventions since the last time we spoke last week.
You're getting warmed up for E3.
I am. So it turns out we've talked about Pivot before in this show.
How it just rolls off the tongue.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you don't have to remind the listeners what that
about
is, 'cause-
Pivot.
No, they've memorized that and probably bought their tickets for next year.
Mm-hmm. That was very successful, apparently, according to their Twitter account.
But wait, what was it again?
Pivot.
Yeah, but what is it stand for?
Oh, I don't know.
The Pinball Invitational.
No, it's not. It was an esports thing at Kings Island. I did not go to that though, but on the same day,
Yeah.
it turns out there was another video game convention going on in Cincinnati, the Cincy Classic.
I'm going to the webpage now so I could follow along.
Good, yes. Yeah, apparently this, like a CAG notified me just on Twitter asking me if I was going to it, like the day before. And it was a fun little show. It had the guy who was Johnny Cage in the original Mortal Kombat. He was there.
Wow.
That's
cool.
He was wearing a like scorpion ninja suit.
Oh, you mean Master Daniel Pacina?
Uh-huh.
Did he punch you in the nuts?
I think if you paid $30, you could get him to punch you in the nuts. There was a
Sounds
sign.
so worth it.
No, it was good. It turned. I think the CAG who sold me my Turbo Duo, I think put this show on. Like I walked in
wow.
and like within like the first 10 minutes I'm there, 3 different people knew that I was Shipwreck.
So why were you not on the bill as a special guest? Why did they not ask you to sit at a table and say hi to people?
I have no idea. I met Corey from My Life in Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. We've talked before, but never met in person. He's also going to be at Long Island Retro this year.
Oh, cool.
We'll all hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were there any Luke Skywalker impersonators?
Not at this one.
Oh.
Well, no, was Fluke Skywalker there?
Yes, according to the website.
Oh, Fluke Skywalker must have been there when I was like during a time that I was not there. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Fluke Skywalker was there. You guys know Fluke Skywalker, right?
I have no idea who that is, but I'll take your word for it.
I
if
have
he's
a
someone
picture
I
of him
should know.
from when we were at the Star Wars Reds game. He's the guy that looks exactly like Mark Hamill.
I
Oh,
assume.
yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. His website is omflukeskywalker.com.
You made fun of him last time when I took the picture with him, that Wombat, that you thought it was Mark Hamill, except he was wearing hush puppies.
All right.
Right. Depending on where you take his picture,
Mm-hmm.
like where the camera is.
He's very
really
good at it.
Yeah.
I do like that it was presented by Mr. Rooter Plumbing.
That's a good sponsor. You wouldn't want to be sponsored.
Hey, you know what? No one likes a clogged toilet, especially at a convention.
But not Roto Rooter, Mr. Rooter.
That's the
It's
same
the
thing.
same thing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Rooter is the same as Roto Rooter?
Yeah, they don't call it Roto Rooter anymore.
Are you sure about that?
100%. Here's the general rule of thumb. I will remind you. If Shipwreck and I agree on something, it's
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
You don't have to look it up.
There's no opinions involved.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So I don't know.
Cool. So
I'll
it's-
maybe this is the con that gets you guys to come to Cincinnati.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
have to talk to those organizers.
I will do my best.
I'm usually free in the middle of May.
Good.
Actually, that would probably work for me as well.
Wow. I hope they have a venue big enough to contain the fan onslaught. when they
It'd be
find
like
out that we're attending.
like the Beatles coming to Cincinnati, but I think they could handle it. You know, they have a nice airport.
Mhm.
So yeah, Cincy Classic was fun. That was
That's
good.
awesome.
Yeah, it was like a smaller Long Island Retro. I mean,
Cool.
you got the vendors, you got the arcade machines and pinball machines set up.
Right. Sounds good.
Mhm. It was in a well ventilated venue, so it didn't smell.
That's always a key point.
Right. I knew that would be a key drawing point to get you guys here.
They should put that on the poster. It's not going to smell.
It was actually, the venue is a antique, like a large like antique mall that has like a conference area to it. So like if you got tired of video games, you could go antiquing, which is what most of the wives and significant others were doing.
That's sexist.
It's
I'm not,
it's not
here
sexist
for
if that
your
was what was happening.
sexist propaganda.
Uh-huh. They also had like a little coffee shop out there, so fun for everyone.
I like coffee shops.
Now I'm sold.
I also went to another convention for work.
Okay.
And this one would make Wombat jealous. It was the NRA convention.
NRA.
Yes, the National Restaurant
glad-
Association.
Oh.
And how was the National Restaurant Association convention?
That is a very large convention.
It is huge.
It is big. Lots of. I mean, it's not.
How
would
many
say-
Hey Shipwrecks did you get when you walked in, though?
Nobody said "Hey Shipwreck" to me when I walked in. I think they just weren't expecting me there.
All right.
But yeah, it's a big show of all kinds of restaurant stuff with a lot of food everywhere.
I was say, did you eat anything crazy? Because that's the
anything crazy.
thing.
I didn't try
crazy
anything too
foods.
crazy. Like I pretty much just grazed the whole time, and it was all pretty good. I did on the way back from there. We did stop at a restaurant near Purdue University that was on Guy Fieri's Diners.
Okay,
whatever.
Diners, Drivers, and Dives.
That's it. And I had a cheeseburger with peanut butter on it.
Oh, how is that? I've had a peanut butter burger before.
I have too. It's very filling.
Mm-hmm. So there was no food at the convention that's like this. Wombat would be jealous that I'm eating this bite of this thing.
Oh, you would have liked pretty much everything, but nothing that was like. I mean, it's all stuff that they're actually trying to sell to people.
Yeah, I know,
So
but
it's
it's
not gonna
usually
be too
like
weird.
an innovation, like freeze-dried meat that tastes like a grilled steak.
Well, all
kind
the
of a
innovation
thing.
this year was plant-based.
Impossible Foods.
Impossible was there, yes. But like, yeah, there were just so many vendors that were like, "This isn't really meat," and I was like, "Okay, that's nice. There's meat. Just a couple booths down."
You didn't have an Impossible Burger?
I did not have. I had some pizza that the dough was made out of like beetroots.
Cauliflower?
Oh, beet pizza.
Yeah, that was.
Did they
pretty
call it? Did they call it pizza?
good. They did. I don't remember. Maybe I'd have to look at it.
I hope so. I mean, that's what you call it, right? Beetza. Pizza.
There was
Now I
a toilet cleaning
Google that.
robot. If you need one of those.
But you can't eat that.
No, but I mean, restaurants have toilets too. So
Yeah.
But-
That's going to be Ty's pet dog. It's going to be my toilet cleaning robot.
I will say that they need to be a little bit more wacky at the National Restaurant Association. It's a very dry conference.
That doesn't
It's big
surprise
business.
me. It's all people that are there to actually work.
to some extent, but it's still like,
It's still something where people are just eating all the time.
yeah, it's just like walking around and like most of the people picking up the food have nothing to do with like if they're going to get a sale or doing any business. It's just people walking by eating food. It's like you're lucky if you get a nod.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was fun.
Any good food technology we need to know about?
Food technology besides the stuff that I'm working on.
Well, sure. I like the stuff that you're working on too.
Really, I would say we were the most technologically advanced company there,
Interesting.
which is good.
Yeah, that's where you want to be, I think.
Mhm.
If you're that company.
We are that company.
I know.
It's good.
I'm following.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. How about some show feedback? Wombat.
Sure.
What are you doing?
Me? Nothing.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
was
you're doing
listening.
something.
I was listening
To what?
to you guys talk, and I just was just so into your conversation.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not at all true.
It is true.
Shipwreck.
You
You just missed the part where you directly talked to him. He was listening
because
so hard.
you guys are talking like about the technology, and then I kind of dozed off. And then
I know. It's just like
And then
if
he said
somebody
my
wrote
name.
in the Discord, they're like, "Oh, I want to hear more about your exercising stuff," and I said I can't because Wombat just goes on Twitter while I talk about it, and then like I have to like yell at him to come back to the show because
that is a fact.
I know. So I said just ask your questions in the Discord, and I'll take care of it.
That is the place to learn about your exercising because no one cares.
This guy just asked me to
That
speak
guy
about
is
it.
your relative. Cthulhu ate you had this to say. Wombat, the dog.
ate you.
The dog you're getting is from Spain and called Ultima. You do realize that translates to last, right? So I guess they're sending you the race dog that lost the most. No wonder they didn't want it anymore! Exclamation point.
Wah, wah.
Well, a couple of things. Yes, Ultima does directly translate in English to last, but it's not really used in that reference point that you're using, it doesn't mean like came in last and erased. It means like the last or final kind of a definition. It's a slightly different because words don't always directly translate. But
actually, that one translates pretty well.
Yeah,
it means ultimate.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is also the kind of last that it means. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't mean last is in last place, is where I'm going with that.
Got it.
Also, she's not a racing dog. She was a hunting dog. So
you can finish last in that, too.
Mm-hmm. We took her.
Ticket taker.
We saw her on Sunday. We went to the foster place and got to spend time with her in a park. And you do need to keep that dog on a leash because if she sees a squirrel, she's going for the squirrel. So,
nice.
Yeah, you're holding on, and then she'll see something, and then.
You have a lot of squirrels in your backyard?
Yes. So
not anymore.
Not anymore. Exactly.
Oh man, they tore the shit out of my lawn this week.
Oh, the squirrels?
Fuck.
Or like random dogs.
No, the squirrels. They bury acorns, and they don't know where they buried them. They just like, oh, we probably buried some back here somewhere. Just dig the whole fucking thing up.
You know what you need? Pirate squirrels.
A dog. No, and then it rained so much, I think it makes the ground like easier for them to dig up. And there goes my lawn. My tiny little lawn.
Why don't you just set out some nuts for them?
Or like fill up a bird feeder instead.
Right.
Maybe.
We have 3 bird feeders now.
I got too many. If I put any bird feeders out, they're just going to be.
There's going to be birds.
Enough bird shit. There's enough. I was too many birds already.
You have your nice ping pong table, so you probably don't want to get poop all over it. But you know,
it's closed, so it doesn't. They're not. They have to really. I mean, it's happened, but they have to really be a sharpshooter because they have to get it at an exact angle down the slot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done it. They have definitely done it. But yeah, no more bird shit. But they shit on the side of the house and everything.
Well, then you get a cat.
No, it's fine. I think we have the perfect amount of birds right now. I'm very satisfied with the amount.
Chibi's not a bird watching kind of guy.
No, I am. I do. I like it. I'm very satisfied with the. I'm saying we have a lot of birds now, just the right amount. I'm very satisfied.
We put a feeder up right by the window, right next to where I record, or when I'm here working during the day, so I could see the birds. They're literally like 2 feet from me. It's really cool.
I know. I have the same thing.
It's cool.
They just walk all over the place. They're eating shit out of the ground. They're all over the place. I love it. But if I had more, then it'd just be too much bird shit. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some dead birds from them flying into the windows. All right, where are we here?
We're up to watching
bitches.
Stuff.
Yes.
So did you watch the Game of Thrones finale?
I did watch it. Of course we watched. Everybody watched it.
I didn't watch it.
Everybody's been watching the show.
I didn't watch it. Shipwreck didn't watch it.
But I said everybody's been watching the show.
I watched the season
I said
finale.
Everybody's been watching the show.
I watched the season finale of Arrow.
That's great, but we're talking about the Game of Thrones.
Let me tell you what happened on Arrow.
Why don't you go back to Twitter?
Tell me about Game of Thrones.
It sucked.
Huh.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a fine. I'm not personally.
It's a fine.
It's a fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
Not. The show was not fine. It sucked, but I'm fine with it having sucked. It didn't ruin my life, and it didn't ruin the show for me. I still, had many enjoyable hours watching it. It's just they had no idea how to finish the show, and that's fine. They didn't nail it, in my opinion. Some people liked it, and that's fine too. But Mrs. Chibi and I both thought it was really dumb. And the more we thought about it, just the more dumb it was, as opposed to a show like Breaking Bad, where the more I thought about the finale, the better it was.
Or the Bob Newhart show.
Or the Bob Newhart show, which I often think about.
That was a good ending. Newhart is like the best ending of all time. I love that ending.
Better than Knight Rider?
I don't recall the ending of Knight Rider, but I'm going to say yes.
Not me neither.
Yeah. The ending of Newhart, though, is probably the best.
They should have gone with that for Game of Thrones.
They totally should have done it. But then again...
What happened?
But who on... So at the end of Newhart, if you watch that show, he ran the inn and it was all the wacky cast of characters. And then at the very last minute, he wakes up from sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And he tells his wife, I had the craziest dream. And then the wife gets up, but it's not Mary Fran from Newhart. It's Suzanne Plachette from the Bob Newhart show. The show before
The
that.
old show.
The show he had before that
Wow.
was on for a very long time.
So it was all a dream.
So yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
Newhart was a dream,
just a dream.
had by the character from his last show.
That's pretty funny.
And it was very funny. And it was a
Right.
big surprise.
It's a lot more complicated to do a finale for a show like Game of Thrones, of course, than like a comedy show. Like that.
I understand that.
But it was almost comical how they ended it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Did they kill everybody? Because that's how I was hoping it was going to end.
That's
It's
how it
just
should have
like,
ended.
And everybody's dead.
Ooh, they
It
should have been
had-
killed
honestly-
by dinosaurs.
Right. Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, a big comet hits. And that's just the end of Game of Thrones.
As you know, I don't consider this a spoiler, but whatever. It had a surprisingly happy ending. It was almost like,
That's tough for you.
yeah, I don't want that. I'm not looking for that
Right.
necessarily. It was, and at one point in the show, and again, this is not a spoiler, but at one point in the show, I turned to Mrs. Cheevy and I said, and then Poochie returned to his home planet, because it was just some scene reminded me like that. And of course, I won't say which one, but I don't know. It was lame. What else we got here in Watch This Bitches?
We have. Oh, did you? I doubt you watched it because it came out today, but I watched it on the train because it was only a half hour. The new Lonely Island musical poem, "The Bash Brothers."
It's a musical poem.
It's their musical poem about Mark McGuire and Jose Canseco. Basically,
Wow.
from what I've been told, because I had never saw it, it's a spoof on Beyonce's thing that she did. But this is funny, and it's all about Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire.
Oh, Lemonade?
Yeah.
Lemonade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and it's a half hour long, and it's a bunch of different. It's basically a bunch of different music videos mushed
Sounds
together
good.
into a half hour. It's the Lonely Island. If you like that humor and their
I do.
videos, like I do, then
I do.
yes. Did you like Popstar?
You know, I haven't watched that yet,
Oh
and I
my
know it's supposed to be really good. It's because I just can't convince Mrs. Cheapy to watch it.
Oh,
and
it's so good,
I know.
so good. But yeah, Bash Brothers. It's on Netflix, so it's a half hour. Go watch it. What else are you gonna do?
I could go see Aladdin tomorrow.
Why?
I don't know. I like Aladdin.
Does your son have school tomorrow?
No,
Neither does mine.
that's what I'm saying. I can go see Aladdin
know.
tomorrow. I actually already bought tickets to see Sunday, but I saw the reviews weren't so good. So I was thinking of, getting a refund on the tickets and maybe just going with Ty tomorrow because, he's
Yeah.
home and it'd be cheaper.
You can't
And
get.
Mrs. Cheapy doesn't want to
You mean you didn't get tickets through cinema?
Cinemia, you mean?
Whatever it was called.
You mean, yeah. No, I didn't.
Aw.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gonzo.
Like the
Sad.
Ouya.
Like the
Like that.
Ouya.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and
That
Dress
was
Barn.
that was sad news that the Ouya service is shutting down.
I didn't even know that it was still operating.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing still.
I just assumed it had shut down ages ago.
They had a good run.
I'm sure
they?
there was someone out there that was still using it for something.
I wouldn't call it a good run.
It had a run. It had
It was a run.
it,
It had-
there was some fire to it when it was announced.
They made a thing.
There was, for sure. That was the run. That was the good run.
Right.
Yeah.
The very beginning.
It had that hockey game on it.
People were into it at first. They're like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to play Android phone games on my TV. Hook it to my veins," they
All
said.
right, it's dead. We don't have to make fun of it.
Oh.
I can make
But
fun of whatever I want.
I know. But I was really talking to myself because I was trying to make jokes in my mind about it. But
It's not necessary.
I was just
It's
thinking
not
out loud.
necessary. Yeah.
It's not. It's dead. It's dead, Jim.
Oh, what is this about a Star Wars movie?
Yeah, apparently they're making a movie about KOTOR.
Okay.
The old KOTOR. I haven't read the news story yet, but I thought somebody might look at it before.
Whatever.
The script isn't even done yet, but apparently it's being worked on. And
Who's writing it?
Yeah, let's let this thing breathe for a little while.
while.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bad at this. Calogridis, who wrote Alita Battle Angel, is writing the screenplay.
Was that known for its screenplay?
Maybe?
No. In other Watch This Bitches news, they're making a sequel to Kung Fury. Did you guys watch Kung Fury?
Sure.
Nope.
You didn't?
No.
How did you miss that one, Wombat?
It's pretty fantastic.
She also wrote Shutter Island. So, that's something.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
First of all, Wombat, watch Kung Fury as soon as possible.
Okay.
I think it's still it's on YouTube, I think, and Netflix.
Okay.
But it was basically a Kickstarter funded movie that came out, and it was super popular. And now Arnold Schwarzenegger and Michael Fassbender are going to be in the sequel. So that's pretty good. It's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But that movie's it's so fucking. I let Ty watch it, even though it's not appropriate. But I had seen it beforehand, so I deemed it appropriate in this case. All right, should we do some new releases?
Sure.
Are you there? Yes.
All right.
Don't know any of these.
New releases this week.
Don't know a single one of these.
I'm playing one.
Oh, wait, let's see if we can guess.
Super Tennis Blast.
No.
You are playing Layers of Fear 2.
No.
Hungry Baby Party Treats.
I wish.
He said that's what else is there? Garbage Pail Kids.
I am playing that. I'm playing two of them, I guess. We can talk about
I was
Garbage Pail
playing
Kids
that
first.
also, but we could talk about it.
Yeah, for the iPhone, Garbage Pail Kids came out. It's a game. It's a trading card game.
Yep. It's fine.
I think it's
It's fine.
It's fine.
It doesn't do anything. I know. It doesn't do anything new other than have Garbage Pail Kids.
It has animations to the classic Garbage Pail Kids cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the new thing is that it brings to the table.
Are they done well, or
They're done
fine.
okay.
Exactly. You laugh at me for saying things are just fine. This is just fine. Sometimes things are just fine.
no?
Well, I think
But
it
nobody
does a
wants
good
to
job
hear
of
that,
not. So far, I've played it quite a bit and hasn't asked. I haven't been required to pay money.
Do you have any good cards? Anything special?
I can't tell. They're all special to
neither.
me, Wombat.
Oh, I have the Transformer guy.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. Oh,
He's a good
Ain't hot
card.
shit.
Any of those first generation Garbage Pail Kids, they're all good.
I wonder if Savage Stewart is in the game. I may have to try to find that one.
It came out of nowhere, so I'm happy that there's a Garbage Pail Kids
Mm-hmm.
game, and it's not overly complicated. Like a lot of these
No.
trading card games can get way too deep, way too quickly. So this is just like you're playing against the computer, and it's relatively mindless. It's worth the free. Definitely worth the free. Would you agree with that one?
I would 100% agree that it is worth the free.
Great.
So tell us how Blood and Truth is.
that is not the game I've been playing.
Damn it.
Little Friends, Dogs and Cats.
No.
My Lovely Daughter.
No.
Dollhouse?
No. These are all good names for
Your
games.
Toy.
No.
Back in 1995.
We're clearly in the Switch section. You're in the right section.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, this game, Altier Luluana.
There it is.
Arland.
Yes.
There it is. Oh, all the words that make the game that made the least amount of sense.
Atelier Lulua, the scion of Arland.
Yeah, none of those are words except for of and the. Scion might be a word.
Arland is a pun.
Arland. This is the fourth adventure in Arland. Have you guys not played the other three?
Of course I have. What do you think I am, stupid?
Right. So this Lulua is the lead character in this one. She is the daughter of Rorona, who was the character you played in the first game.
Wombat's already on Twitter. See?
So I got sent a code for this, but I have played all the other Atelier games.
They know they didn't waste that code.
They did not waste that code. So It's a very traditional RPG with a lot of crafting and going out and getting ingredients and that type of stuff. Turn-based. It's got a nice kind of watercolored, cel-shaded look to it. It's pretty low impact. I like these games, so
We know you do.
The game that I mentioned last week came out this week on Switch.
What?
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Oh yeah,
yes.
it did.
Mhm.
Of course it did.
Funny. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, we're fine. I think
Okay.
everybody had enough Atelier Lulua.
Atelier.
Didn't the Sonic Team Racing remaster come out this week too? I'm just surprised it's not on the list.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's not on the list.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that came out this week. I know because I looked at it because I was like, wait, is this a new one? And
Sorry, I got it from Tech-Gaming.
So it was a remaster, and I was like, I think I have it on the 360.
Wait, it is a remaster? This is the new one, right?
Is it a remaster or a new one? I just thought it was.
I think it's
Well,
new.
we played a new one at E3 last year, so
I'm so confused.
I would hope it's the new one.
No, it's not. It's not a remaster.
Are we sure? Sonic Team
Yes.
Racing.
No, you're
PlayStation
thinking of-
4 that came out this week for $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team Sonic
The other-
Racing is a 2019 kart racing game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It-
It's not
Definitely-
a remaster.
I definitely
other
took
one
a
had different
picture sitting in a Sonic racing car at E3.
Yes.
I was confused.
It's okay. At least you realize that it wasn't on the list.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. Because I
fine.
was looking at it. I honestly thought it was a remaster.
I'll play this.
I would play it too.
I'm disappointed he doesn't look like he does in the films, though. Can I petition?
I think he may look more like he's going to look in the films than you think.
Oh, this Sonic, that was a really good one, the last one. So
Yeah, the last Sonic racing game was really good. That's why I was interested in this. I liked it
what's the
better than
Metacritic
Mario
say about
Kart.
it?
What's that?
What's the Metacritic say about it?
I want to say it was somewhere in the 70s.
You're gonna make me type it. Sonic Team
73.
Racing. Don't you guys have fingers?
I got it. I just said it. 73.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
I
It's
thought you were
3 points
guessing.
behind Atelier Luna, the Scion of Arland.
Can you imagine being a developer on that game? What's it again? Or I just think I deleted it. off the
Atelier
list. I
Lulua,
did.
the Scion of Arland.
Okay, Atelier. Okay, whoop! Oh no, I really fucked it up. Okay, so imagine you're a game developer
Uh-huh.
on that, and like you're at a bar, you're trying to meet meet a woman maybe, or a man, and they ask you what you do, and you're like, oh, I'm a game developer, and like, oh, what game do you work on? Maybe I've heard of it, and you're like, it's not like Fortnite or even like Super Tennis Blast. It's like, all right, it's a tennis game or something. You're like, oh, Atelier Lululu, the Scion of Arland. And like, the other person's like, feet don't fail me now.
Panties drop.
Right, the opposite of that. They're just out the door and the tires are screeching. That's tough. It's tough when you're working on a game like that.
Atelier is a real word.
Whatever, but who knows? It sounds nerdy.
Oh, well, it definitely is
saying.
nerdy. There's nothing not nerdy about that.
It's my favorite
Right.
Mr. Mister song.
All right. Are we done with new releases?
Mhm.
What was? Yeah, we are done.
I think so. Resident Evil 4, didn't that come out again?
Yeah, the whole collection, that Resident Evil collection came out on the Switches.
Every week we should just say, "Oh, and there's a Resident Evil."
Yeah, but who doesn't want to play Resident Evil 4 at your grandparents' house? Everyone does. Everyone.
I might get arrested if I tried to do that. All right, are we done with new releases?
I think so.
All right,
Yes.
wasn't quite a selection there.
What are you buying?
You know what I'm buying? Harry's. Hey-o.
Nice job. Nice job.
Thank you. Well, of course, if you don't know by now, Harry's was founded by two guys, Jeff and Andy, who got tired of paying high prices for razor blades. So what they do, they started their own company. They got their own factory in Germany, making the high quality blades, and they're selling them to you direct for half the price. It's fantastic. They've got a special offer for you guys. You can get a $13 value trial set. Comes with everything you need for a close, comfortable shave, a weighted ergonomic handle, 5-blade razor with lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover. Just go to harrys.com/CAG to redeem your offer and let them know that we sent you to help support the show. In fact, I just had to I had to re-up on my Harry's body wash because I ran out.
That's a good reason.
You can't take a shower without soap. It's just not as effective. So the key point to remember is when you run out of soap, you should replace it. But I like the shiso flavored body wash. I think that's my go-to. I've tried 2 out of the 3, but I don't have the courage to try the fig flavored body wash.
Oh, I think you should.
That sounds like somebody might just start eating me because I'm going to smell so good. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Of course. Join the 10 million who have tried Harry's. Claim your trial offer by going to harrys.com/CAG. Thank you, Harry's. Get all that stuff. I have the entire set of men's facial accessories. I don't even know. What do you call that stuff? I'm not a professional wombat. But I have them all.
Accoutrement?
No, that's the word that I use when I still don't know what they're actually called. Men's grooming products, I think, is what you would call that. But I buy them all. They're all great.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the NPDs for April that just came out.
Okay. What do you want to know about them?
I was surprised to see that Days Gone came in number 2nd.
Number
Number second.
Number
I'm surprised
second.
about that too.
Yeah.
I was. Number the 2nd.
Yes, it is number 2 on the list. That doesn't surprise me.
Well, we heard rumors because we knew it was selling well in Europe. And we talked about that maybe 2 weeks ago. But we didn't know for sure if that was just a European thing or if that was.
There's a lot of PlayStations out there.
There are. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of PlayStations. So
Sure is.
And people like those exclusives.
They do. And it looks good. And it's a solid concept for sure. And apparently, the devs, you can tell that I guess that they sold a lot because the devs have been busy patching it, and some people say too busy because there's a lot of patches for the game.
Well, they're doing their best.
It's good. I mean, you'd definitely rather have more patches than less patches.
Yes. Would I like it at this point, or am I still good?
The game? Would you? Why don't you just wait a little? Because there's no rush. Really.
I'm saying that's all I was asking.
It's only going to get better. I personally tweeted at the devs with my suggestion that I mentioned on the show about the looting mechanic. You made it a little more friendly.
Did they get back to you?
No.
Should I reach out to my contact? Say, look, this is what GP wants. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Look, I mentioned it on the show and I made a tweet.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And I tweeted at them. It wasn't like.
It wasn't a stealth tweet.
Yeah, I just
you meant business with that tweet.
I went right to them.
Right.
I didn't send them a private message. I could have done that, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's too weird.
Mortal Kombat 11 was number 1.
On all 3 consoles.
On all 3 consoles. My cousin came over to the house last week. We played a good amount of Mortal Kombat 11 together as if we were children. It was fun. So that's my story about Mortal Kombat 11.
It's doing quite well for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You stick with it.
Yeah. They should keep making those Mortal Kombat games.
They should make a Mortal Kombat 12, I'm thinking.
That's stupid.
They should call it Mortal Kombat Dirty Dozen. No, they shouldn't do that.
No, they shouldn't.
No.
There was a time there where it was questionable whether they were going to still make Mortal Kombats.
That is true. And there was also a time where they weren't all so great. So
right.
But then, they've got the formula down now where they really just have to make slight tweaks to it.
The unlocking of things and the crypt and the gear system in Mortal Kombat 11 has kinks that need to be cleared up.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's not as smooth a system as Injustice was, but I think that, like you said, in time, all these things now get fixed.
And their package is just so much more complete than other fighting games, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not an expert, obviously, and I'm not a pro. I'm not an esports athlete?
Not yet.
You might have noticed. Not yet. No.
You have been going to Orange Theory a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm 25 years past my prime on gaming.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think you pretty much retire at the age of 20. But yeah, so wait, are we still on this list of
Sure.
NPDs?
I mean,
any other surprises here?
I can't believe that Anthem came in at number 1 again.
Right.
Number 20, Borderlands.
Number 20, that's probably got to be the remaster, though, right?
Oh, it says Borderlands.
I know, it just says Borderlands.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, it was
That's that remaster that Wombat bought.
No, it's I didn't buy
Borderlands
that
2.
remaster. I bought 2 in Handsome Jack.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Maybe that's what this is.
No, they came out with the other Borderlands. Borderlands 1
they
remastered.
You're right.
Oh.
No, I'm not surprised because they advertised it pretty hard.
They
They're
did.
like, here's Borderlands 3, and you can buy Borderlands now. People went, I guess. I guess I want to buy Borderlands.
I guess it worked.
Yeah.
It looks. What's Jump Force?
Jump
That's,
Force is the Dragon Ball Z anime fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
But again, is it sad that Anthem, I mean, I assume that game's dead.
It's pretty sad that it's not on this list.
I saw a tweet today from someone who noticed that the official Anthem account, again, this is an online games as service game, hasn't tweeted in over a month.
Yikes.
This was a game that, when it launched, had a roadmap of
bad.
content, of all the monthly content, and now it's just radio silence. So here's my theory on that, by the way, also, while we're talking, because I reminded myself of this. So when EA Access, I believe, is coming to the PlayStation 4 next month, right?
Oh, they're going to announce Anthem.
I
for
think
it.
that's my guess.
Might as well. No reason not to.
Nope, I think it comes out on all platforms that have EA Access when it's available on multiple platforms.
It's a great idea, of course. Do it now. Don't wait.
Yeah, they just added NHL 19. Is that worth checking out?
Yeah, there's some arcade modes in there you might like. They have like a 3-on-3 mode, a 1-on-1 mode.
Cool. Does it
Play
have
them all
like
online.
the card system like Madden does?
It sure does.
I'll check that out. I'll download it. I
I don't
noticed
think
it.
you're going to enjoy the card system thing.
I don't know. I like it.
Ultimate
I
Team.
like it in Madden until you feel like you need to pay money. Like until you hit that wall, it's actually a lot of fun. Just
I
saying.
guess. All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I guess that's it. And I thought this was interesting. For on the hardware and accessories front, the Nintendo Switch was the best-selling hardware platform, and the best selling accessory was the Amiibo Super Smash Brothers character pack. So Nintendo, that hardware job done.
Still Amiibos, huh?
Still Amiibos. I've made fun of those Amiibos, but look who's laughing now.
What is Smash Brothers Series 1 character packs? Is that an actual thing, or is that...
That's just Amiibo.
It's just Amiibo. It's like just a general term for Amiibo. There's not actually like a pack.
The
They
series, the
re-released-
Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers series.
Yeah, they
They're different
re-released
series.
some, and then they put out some new ones as well.
Okay, but it's not like one box you could buy that has all of them in it. Because that's what that makes it sound like.
I don't think so. I mean, you can probably do that on eBay.
I'm sure you could, but that was where I was.
It's kind of crazy
confused.
because it's not like those are as ubiquitous as they once were. Like there's only a limited amount of those in each store now. You're not like walking into a Toys R Us and seeing like a whole wall.
A what?
Right. Exactly. Remember when we would go to the Toys R Us in Times Square,
And they had
Or really any
a
Toys R Us.
whole big section,
A whole
of just,
annex of Toys to Life.
Yeah, and we would just take pictures of them, like because it was just completely ridiculous.
It was like
this is
such a
before-
thing.
I mean, the Infinity stuff, the Amiibo stuff,
Lego.
the leg. I mean,
That was Borderlands. The other one, what's that game called?
Skylanders.
Skylanders. Why was I calling
I
it
was like-
Borderlands?
I couldn't figure out what you were
Skylanders
trying
was in
to
its
think
own
of.
room.
because I'm old and losing my mind.
Skylanders was the first one, I think, right?
Yeah, Skylanders was the
Because
first
they
one.
had-
and
Probably the best.
the best one.
Yeah.
Because in that Super Toys R Us in Times Square, the Skylanders was sort of in like the main area when you get off the escalator downstairs.
They had like a
And
they
then-
had like a Skylander standee.
Yeah, and like a whole like area, like built-in, basically, it's built-ins. And then they had a whole Toys to Life annex right off of that, where they had all the other Toys to Life stuff.
I
and
still
the rest of the
think they
video
should
game
come out
stuff.
with a Skylanders complete, where you don't need the figures. You could just kind of like hold down.
Oh
the
yeah,
button.
why wouldn't you at this point?
Yeah, like a remaster of all the previous Skylander games.
That'll happen. Give it another 5 years or so.
That seems too long.
They'll
I think
figure-
it needs.
they'll figure it
I
out.
feel like that's something that
Well, no,
It's a now
realistically, yeah,
thing.
you're right. If they put that out on Switch,
they put that out on
remastered
everything.
it and put it out on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
They must be doing that.
I don't think so, but I mean that's my free idea. Skylanders Unlimited. That's what I would call it.
You just remember that room, the video game room at Toys R Us?
I sure
mean, it was
do.
half. It was almost. I mean, what
It was
percentage
half,
of it was
like
Toys to Life?
close to half a floor.
It wasn't really. Half, but it
you're
was
saying
like
okay? So the video game room itself was about half
that
a
whole
floor.
big room. Like it was, but it was a big part of it.
and
Like it
and I
was-
would say more than a quarter of the room was Toys to Life.
Oh, at least it
crazy.
was
It
approaching
was
50% the last time I was there.
It had the
'Cause-
Lego things and it was all
and then
there.
It was and then it was in the clearance baskets as well
Mhm.
because it was just they ran out of shelves basically. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that nonsense.
I
Let's,
would go check that out after perusing the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mhm.
I loved it. Now it's gone.
I know, it's so sad. It really is depressing. We drove past that shopping center where the old Toys R Us was in Massapequa last weekend, and we hadn't been that way in so long. And we're like, why don't we go? Why are we never around this part of town anymore? I'm like, there's no Toys R Us.
What is it now?
Nothing yet.
An empty Toys R Us.
Yeah,
Right.
now
Just like
it's an empty Toys
Every
R Us.
other Toys R Us right now.
Stupid capitalists, whatever it is.
Millennials. It was the millennials.
Yeah. No, it's those hedge fund things, about the ones that
Shh,
killed
just-
Sears
And then just blame the millennials.
and millennials. If they only spent less money on avocado toast and more money on Legos, we wouldn't be
Toys
in
to
this
life.
situation.
Exactly. All right, let's do news, multi-platforming, and Wombat's awesome Apex Assault. I'm doing it for you, Wombat.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. No
I
problem.
forgot I was supposed to do something. And I don't have an excuse. I'm not looking at anything else other than reading what's next on the outline.
Stop!
Sure.
Stop that!
Yeah, I know.
Right. Spoilers. I've been playing more A Plague Tale Innocence.
Uh-huh.
First of all, Dr. Catface Meowmers writes in and says, please give my thanks to Mrs. Chibi for her recommendation of A Plague Tale Innocence on Twitter. I doubt I would have picked it up based on your discussion in the last episode, but after reading her tweet, I gave it a shot. It might be one of the best games I played in a long time, and one of the only games that ever managed to capture my wife's interest. Great show as always. Thanks for the weekly entertainment. Yeah, I don't think I had played as much at that point. We only had played just a little bit when we had recorded the show last week. So I played a lot more. We're on chapter 7 or 8 now. This game is definitely not for the squeamish. And I really, didn't have a really good taste for the game the last time we talked about it. If you have, because there's some big warnings I should give for people before they check this out. If you are afraid of rats, if you have a fear of mice or rats, then stay the fuck away from A Plague Tale Innocence.
Did you ever watch that documentary?
No,
Totally should.
but it's got the same type of rat rivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty creepy, and it does it in a great way that will freak you the fuck out if that is something that bothers you. But it's implemented into the game and into the story appropriately. It's just a really well done, high quality game that seems to have come out of nowhere. That has a great story, great voice acting. The stealth adventure gameplay is fun. I think one of the keys that, to make this type of gameplay not get repetitive and boring, because stealth, people don't want to do too much stealth. The game is broken down into chapters, and each chapter, I don't know, it's about 30 minutes, I think. And that's like the perfect chunk of like video gaming that we want to do at night before we watch some TV show. And I think that's a reason why Mrs. Chibi likes it as well. So it's just, you play for it, you'll get like a little bit of cutscene, you play for a half an hour, and then there's like some more story, and then like some different sort of gameplay element. It's just really well done. I think you guys should check it out somehow if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really just everything about it is really well done, and the fact
I still like stealth. That's the one thing keeping me back from it. I'm okay with rats,
yeah, rats is okay. Stealth, I'm also a little.
It's not that kind of stuff. It's not like punishing in any way.
I mean, although I don't think you played any of the. I played through and greatly enjoyed Dishonored 1 and 2.
I've played that.
Okay.
It's not like that.
It's not like Dishonored. Okay.
No.
Because when I see it, I think
it's linear.
This looks like
it's
Dishonored.
linear.
Okay.
It's not. It's a linear game, but it takes place in a big world. It looks like you're in an big open world, but it's actually pretty linear, and the stealth is really more about it's like puzzle solving stealth. It's not, and it's if you fail, you're not going to be like, oh my god, I just wasted 20 minutes and now I have to do it all over again. It's not that type of game. It respects your time. It wants you to have an emotional connection to the characters and what's going on and the sad situation that's happening. And oh my god, these kids are experiencing shit that is disturbing to adults. And I think that's how it sort of grabs you, is to see the kids in this bad situation. Wombat, don't worry, you won't have any emotional reactions.
I don't have emotional reactions.
Exactly.
I did finish.
You're safe.
Yeah, I did finish Rage. Speaking of emotions.
Rage 2.
Rage 2, I finished the story despite hitting what I thought was a game-ending glitch. Thankfully, the internet was able to help me around it, so I was able to finish the game. That game definitely needs some patchwork, but I did like it. I enjoyed, my time in Rageland. I still think that the shooting mechanics in that game are very good.
Okay.
I do agree with Shipwreck. There's too much nothing space in between things. And it sort of was like, well, why is this all here then? Why have this
and there's not a lot of motivation to be doing there's all these points on the map that you're trying to different activities. They're all the same pretty much activities for the most part.
Yeah, go to this point, kill everybody.
Right.
Go to the next point and kill everybody.
But there's not really a strong motivation for doing that. It's just you come up to a camp or something oh, these guys are shooting at me. I guess I'm going to kill them all.
The more of the different missions you do on the map, depending upon the color of the icon, adds XP to the 3 helper people.
Yeah.
And that unlocks other things. I hit the level where I unlocked the little helicopter thing that you can get. So now I can actually fly to places.
I haven't even talked to the 2 other people yet. I've played 4 or 5 hours of this game, maybe 4 and a half.
Okay.
I haven't even talked to 2 out of the 3 people yet, but yet I'm already up to level 3, maybe level 4 on some of their quests.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. By the time I talked to the 3rd guy, I was already at level 5 on him.
It caps at level 5, right?
No.
It doesn't.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No. Because you get stuff at level 8 and you get stuff at level 10 and yeah. No. You don't get it's once you level 5 is the level you need to hit to do the second mission. So with this game, basically it's fairly straightforward. When you play Rage 2, you have to find the 3 people. When you find each person, they give you a mission. Then after they give you a mission, you got to do the stuff we were just talking about to get them each up to level 5. Once one of those people's at level 5, you could do their second mission. And once you do all their second missions, that unlocks the mission to go fight the big boss. I hit a point where I got all of my people up to level 5. And so basically what happens is when you hit level 5 after you've done the first mission, it just, it pops up on the screen. The little intercom comes on and says, hey, I'm one of those guys. You got to come see me right away. I hit level 5 with the last person, and there was no, hey, you hit level 5, you got to come see me right away. So I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm like, well, maybe if I go to him and talk to him, it'll unlock it. Nothing happens. So I'm like, okay, so now what do I do? So then I searched it online, and I saw a handful of people complaining about this glitch. Like, well, I guess I just don't get this mission, and I can't finish the game now. So what you had to do was talk to both of the other two people and listen to them say the things that you've already heard them say. But for some reason, that unlocks that third mission. It makes no sense. It's not what you're supposed to do. You would never think of that logically, but that's what it took. It was weird.
Sounds like a rental.
It's an unfortunate issue. Because who would know
Still
that?
waiting for Redbox to get it in. They haven't gotten it in. Maybe my library.
I don't think you'll hate it.
I don't think you'll hate it. I don't think there's any reason for GB to play it.
No, he doesn't need to run out and play it. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't think he'll hate it.
I mean, if I could walk, my library got it. Mm-hmm. I can get it.
There you go. Get it tomorrow instead of going to see Aladdin.
No. I don't want to go to Levittown to get it. I can just click this button and it'll show up at my library eventually, and then I'll have it.
Oh, Levittown has it?
Not for long.
Do you want me to go and get it for you?
No, I'm just going to push this button and then it'll come to me.
Sounds good.
Boink.
Baby, come to me.
Maybe.
Let me
Hopefully
put
it'll
your
come to me.
arms around you.
I can also get the new Lil Uzi Vert album.
I think you're okay.
Okay.
Are you going to get a play date?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the play date is? You're not the one who put this on there?
Oh, I know what it is.
It's that new handheld from the people who made Firewatch.
Shipwreck must have put this
I did put it on there. It's
interesting. It's the console with a crank.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Black and white screen.
I honestly, I like it. I think at $150 it might be a little too expensive. I don't know, but it comes with all the games. I don't know. It's all games.
It's an interesting little thing because, like monthly, they just put out different games for you, and you don't know what they're going to be. And
you get them for free, I guess, via download, I would assume.
Correct.
And some of those games will use the crank.
Yeah, so it has this little crank on it. That's intriguing.
Is it?
It's cute.
No, I think it's fun.
Yeah. It's $150.
I mean, this isn't intended to be like. They're not competing against the PlayStation Vita here. This is a little novel item. It's
and they're making a limited edition, a limited amount of them, and I have a feeling it is going to legitimately be a limited amount. Sure. And they're going to sell, I guarantee they sell every one they make.
All right, let's see. What if I put my wife's email address in here?
When it launches, by the way. For all we know, it'll launch and then they'll make 10 million of them and no one will buy it. But you understand.
Maybe I can get it for Father's Day.
No, it won't be out by then.
It comes out in 2020. So Father's Day 2020, yes.
Maybe she can order it for Father's Day. I don't want this.
You're fine. It's not for you.
Yeah, this is something that I would end up with.
Yes, it's an artisanal handheld console for artisanal people who buy artisanal GameCube cables.
You can play it in my atelier.
Exactly. What do we got here? Oh, Shanafan wrote in, and he wrote, since this is the premier podcast of Fortnite streamers chat, what is New Wombat's opinion on I don't even know this dude's name. Tifue? I don't know how to say it. Suing FaZe Clan.
To quote someone on Twitter who's guessed my response.
Yeah.
Who?
Right.
Yeah, I haven't been following this, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know too much about it. There's a guy who signed like a shitty contract with a clan.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. I don't like saying clan. Wombat.
We already had this conversation at the top of this show.
I guess he blew up basically playing Fortnite, and his contract was really shitty, and now he's trying to get out of it. I don't care. That's not that interesting to me. What is a lot more interesting to me is this article on Kotaku called "Shady Numbers and Bad Business Inside the Esports Bubble," which is a pretty deep dive into what's going on in esports right now and whether that's leading all to a bubble that is about to be burst. It's really interesting. It's a really well put together article. Some of the key takeaways for the article were that a lot of these teams that are losing money. These esports teams are, they're not profitable. An analyst said, who looks at he follows 14 esports teams and looks at their revenue, says that it's closer to 89% of the teams who are not profitable. And I thought this was pretty interesting because I know Shipwreck is an actual sports fan. Mm-hmm. Actually spends money on real sports.
Sure. Love those sports.
Yeah. So esports diehards spend $5 each last year on esports, according to Newzoo, which is a company that tracks this stuff, compared with traditional sports fans who spend $710 a year attending sporting events. So that's quite a big discrepancy. The other big takeaway point in this article was that all the and Wombat, this is probably something that you're interested in because with advertising, of course, the metrics are everything, and how accurate the metrics are everything.
Sure.
That's what the money is based on. Mm-hmm. So with esports, the metric is views on esports events. Because as we just learned, not making much money on ticket sales because, some of these venues don't hold that many people. It's not available to buy tickets for. You have to watch this stuff online. And it says the numbers are cooked on a lot of these events, that they're embedding these video streams at the bottom of game Wikipedia pages. They're basically just trying to get views, low quality views, Wombat. It'd be like throwing in, like burying an ad at the bottom of the page and counting it as a view when most people, their eyeballs never even look at it. So basically the takeaway from the article is don't be surprised if this bubble bursts soon and you see a lot of, money coming out of this industry instead of going in. They say there's a lot of money going into it right now, not a lot of money coming out in terms of the people who've invested. So I don't know. It's an interesting article. Check it out. It's called Shady Numbers and Bad Business Inside the Esports Bubble, and it's on Kotaku.
Who wrote it?
I don't remember. Let's see. It is Cecilia Di Anastasio.
Should credit the writers. It's important.
Yeah, of course. It was a great article, and I follow an esports guy on Twitter named Slasher. He's like an esports consultant, and he's brought up a lot of these issues in his tweets previously about the fake numbers and shit like this. So it's pretty interesting stuff to follow. Mm-hmm. And I've always wondered how the fuck do you make money? You buy a $30 million Overwatch team. You don't have. It's not like you have a 60,000 seat arena that people are coming to watch an event. It doesn't, there's a 2,000, I don't even know how many people that place holds in California. There's nothing in New York everybody plays in one little arena. I don't know. There's no money. It's crazy.
Is it crazy?
It is. It sounds like it might be crazy. And reality might be coming soon. Another reality that might be coming soon is Shipwreck's favorite topic, loot boxes. There's another good article on Kotaku. This is an interview with the senator who has proposed this anti-loot box bill. And this one was done. Let me pull this up. This was done by Jason Schreier. And it's pretty serious. But my takeaway from this one is that they're going to make some deal with the game industry before there's any bill passed. It will make it a finable offense for publishers to put loot boxes in games that target children or that are played by children. So basically, so you don't have to say target children, just say played by children. And it'll also ban play-to-win mechanics in those games. So any game that's played by a child cannot have loot boxes or pay-to-win. So basically any game that's not rated M.
Okay.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Like FIFA. Think how much money is on the table for a game like FIFA.
Sure. Or Madden.
Like billion. Mm-hmm. It's over billions of dollars are at stake here. So look for the game industry to do something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The game industry will regulate itself on this, I'm sure, but this I don't know. This bill seems a little bit overreaching.
Well, yeah, because it's anything, any game really can be played by children.
Right.
Technically.
Right.
But you would argue that it's the parents' jobs to at least keep them away from the M-rated games. But then again, that's also something that's regulated by the game industry itself. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But from the tone of the article, the question and answers, it sounds like the senator has been meeting with the game industry and that they are pretty fucking terrified and that they are they're interested in talking further.
Well, yeah, because I mean they make quite a bit of money on this. And yes. I read through this article by Jason Schreier here, and the interview, like the guy admits that he doesn't play video games, and his kids don't even play video games, but he hears from parents about them. And it's like some of it's the high level stuff of parents complaining about stuff showing up on their credit card for charges. And that's not a video game problem as much as it is a understanding how technology works problem.
Right. Don't let your kids use your phone with the buying protections off.
Correct. So this seems to be maybe there's room for some kind of bill, but this seems to be like overreaching into areas that is not exactly just loot boxes based upon what he's hearing other people say. Like as far as the overall general parents afraid of charges showing up.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit outdated in that it just is glomming on to loot boxes, to be honest, when I read through it.
Right. I mean, it wants to address gambling. They mentioned it in here specifically. They call it gambling something. Gambling, I don't know, not gambling mechanics, but something like that. Yeah, and it affects kids. It affects adults too.
Yes,
like it's not just kids that are affected by.
No, I think with adults it's probably a bigger problem than it is with children, to be honest. And I agree with that line of questioning in that article. I think that it really is. It's more about adults. Adults feel the effects of gambling addiction probably a lot harder than children do, because children, I know my kids can't just buy whatever they want because, as Shipwreck said, I know how technology works. So it's hard. It's already harder for children, but for an adult, gambling addiction is a real thing. It's not a made up thing. So once that hits and it's your card and it's your money, there's no one there to stop you, that's when it can become something dangerous.
Yeah. There's so much money at stake that the industry is going to make sure that they're heavily involved in the legislation, if there is any legislation. Chances are there won't be any, because they're going to come up with some comprehensive promise. Like we talked about this a million times. We've already figured out what's going to happen.
We beat this dead horse.
Exactly. Let's move on to Sony really quickly. They're still showing off some PS5 features, including how fast the new machine is going to load up your games. They were saying that what would take 8 seconds on the PlayStation 4 Pro to load will only take 0.83 seconds on the next generation PlayStation console. I have a feeling that this is just bullshit, though.
Well, it would have to load from the solid drive, I would assume.
The Super Drive.
And how big is that?
Super big.
Is it, though?
No. They're going to come up with a really good name for it.
I know, but how many games are you going to be able to fit on it before you have to put in your...
One game, but it's going to load like before you
And then you're going to have everything
load.
else in your external drive, and it'll be no different than what you're used to. Unless you get a whole bunch of external solid-state drives.
They can sell them. They could have. You should pre-order one.
Yeah, exactly. Let me get out my checkbook.
Yeah, a quick trip to my stupid PC corner. I'm still playing Mordhau. It's really fucking funny.
That's your night game?
That's my night game where you
Night
cut
with a
people
K,
up
by the way.
Yes, you know, I like to throw
Nighthk.
axes. I'm very successful in two different things. I will throw little hand axes at people's head and kill them, which is considered probably like cheesy, but I suck. And then I just started using the spear guy, and now I can poke people in the face and like one shot kill them with a spear to the face. It's pretty solid.
I don't know. Do you think you really could kill a guy with just a spear to the face?
Yes.
I don't know. You should try it.
No question about it. I could see that killing anybody.
All right.
Especially helmet or not. I'm thinking it's going right through. All right, let's move on to let's go right through to the CAG.
Sure.
At Call Kramer writes in and says, I got an Oculus Quest. It's amazing. That is all.
People seem to
I have
really
been hearing
like
good
it.
things. I have been hearing good things about it.
Yeah, people seem to really like it.
The idea that you don't need any wires really, and it's just all
You don't even need a
self-contained.
computer.
You don't need anything except how much does it cost?
$400 is my guess.
Weird. Let's look up. Let's get it's $400. That was a good guess.
There you go.
All in one. They have it at Best Buy.
Okay. Well, you still owe me after that lunch, so you could just
Yeah, it was a good
you
lunch.
could just pay it back in an Oculus Quest for me.
Right. How about like a fraction of an Oculus Quest?
10% of an Oculus.
I'll buy one and I'll send you like, you know, there's no cables. I don't know what I could send you. Like
I don't know.
a quarter of one of the hand controllers.
There's also a 128 gigabyte version for $500.
Yeah, I'll just delete the games.
Yeah.
Or not get it. It sounds interesting. It sounds like, I don't know.
It's
I feel like I would use that one
temporarily
more
out of
than-
stock on the Amazons.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, at Bookham Danyo writes in and asks, did you guys finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
I did, yes.
I didn't. I don't think I finished it.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I did. It's good.
How do you know when you finished it?
Because you get the fun cutscene and the credits.
But did I get that?
I don't know. Did you get credits?
I don't know.
I can't answer
I got
that
like
for
a weird.
you.
Remember we talked about the weird cutscene that I got.
Yeah.
With the what, you know, she was wearing something weird.
Yeah. No. That's not the end. We already had that conversation. That's not the end.
It's just getting too. I can't play.
It ends with a
anymore.
meal. That doesn't sound spoilery, right?
No.
Yeah, it ends with a meal.
Maybe I don't even know. Honestly,
And I got
can't
the
even
good
tell you
ending.
if
I was very
finished.
proud of myself.
Oh, nice.
Mhm. I got the happy ending. So there.
But
No, I did.
I don't
got
miss-
a happy ending. in the game.
okay.
I wasn't even making that kind of joke.
Right. Yeah, Mrs. Chibi thinks that A Plague's Tale: Innocence looks better than Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I disagree with that. But that's what she thinks. I mean, she thinks the character animations and like the facial animations, all of it is better in A Plague's Tale. I said I disagree, but you're entitled to your opinion. At Angsto2 writes in and asks, are you going to look into a hypoallergenic cat for Ty? I will right now. Let's see. Oh, they look cute. He forgot a couple of homeworks this quarter, so I don't know that he's getting all A's. I saw on that progress report, I saw like a B+ or something on there. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure that he's qualified, but I will say he did get into advanced or accelerated math for next year. You had to take a test and you had to score 800 out of 1,000 to get in, and he got 800.2. which is pretty amazing. So, but there was no promise for animals for that. Shipwreck, click on this thing that says cool spreadsheet.
Okay. I will always
You see
click
it?
on that. Yes.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Oh, wait. My Google Docs is not working correctly.
I'm already in the spreadsheet.
It might crash your computer. This is super programmer
Okay, I
John
got
gave
it.
me
I'm in. What am I looking at
This
here?
is my homework that super programmer John gave me for CAG 4.0 for the game database. So this is a spreadsheet with every video game platform on it.
Okay.
And we had to come. Well, we're not going to use all of them because I don't think anyone has the Tatung Einstein. But this, I had to come up. We had to do abbreviations and colors for every console.
Okay.
So that's what I did
This
today.
is your homework. This is how far you got on it?
I'm done. No, I'm
You're
done.
done.
Color
okay.
for the links and the color for the 3DO are a little too similar. I think people are going to get
Doesn't matter.
confused. They're going to be like, wait, California games came out on the 3DO? And then they're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Mhm.
I'm done. Did I mention I was done?
Are you done?
I'm done with it.
Mm.
I finished. Yeah, no, it was fun to do that. So yeah, it is coming. The new CAG is coming. I had the homework to prove it. You know what else is coming? Long Island Retro. Holy moly, August 10th and 11th. You can watch us do a CAGcast and touch Wombat. You can make your own shirt and present it to Wombat at the show.
That has happened before.
That happened last
And if
year.
you poke me in the belly, I giggle.
Wait, you didn't give a color to a TurboGrafx 16?
That is actually the TurboGrafx 16 CD. Are you looking at PC Engine CD?
I think that's both of them together. Where's the TurboGrafx at then on this list?
It's on there somewhere. It's like 160 things on here.
Okay.
It's on there.
All right. Well, you told me to look at a spreadsheet, so now I'm critiquing.
I hope you made
It's
Xbox green
Oh, it's up here at the top. Okay.
and
I see.
PlayStation
Yeah.
blue.
That was a mistake in the database, the TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine CD. That's an add-on. It's not a console.
Or are you not counting Sega CD as a console in this? You counted Sega 32X.
Is it on here?
You know,
I
it's
don't
interesting you have Xbox
It's such a headache after
and
looking at this.
Xbox 360. But where is the Xbox One? Oh, there it is, all the way down there.
It's on there. Yeah, don't look at the orders all crazy. This is, we're licensing a game database to, as the backbone, and then we can make our own changes and
The
whatnot.
Wonder Swan is black, but swans are white. That makes no sense.
I either use the color of the console, the color of the logo, or the color of the box.
Or the colors of the wind.
Yes. And I've seen them. All right. Shipwreck, are you mesmerized by this spreadsheet?
I'm doing my due diligence.
It's not really a spreadsheet. It's really,
Just a list.
It's a list. Yeah. It's like for the database. It doesn't really matter what it looks like. All right. Let's remind everybody. We already told you to go to liretro.com and get your tickets. Now we're going to tell you to what? To follow us on Twitter at Video Game Deals. Just follow that, of course. Follow Wombat at New Wombat. Follow me at GBD. Follow Shipwreck at Shipwreck. Follow CAG on Instagram. What is the CAG Instagram? CAG Deals on Instagram. It's hard to get these fucking things. We're actually almost at 5,000 followers. Good job, Thorban. Holy shit. When you get 10,000 followers on Instagram, then you can do those things where people slide up and then you can have links. So halfway there almost. Woohoo. All right. That's it. We'll see you next week.
Bread's done.